So guys, let me show you how to cover your bra cup in very easy and simple steps. You don't need to stress yourself. It's straightforward, it's fast, and it's quick. Let's get into it. So I'm starting with this white paper. You can use your pattern paper or any tracing paper. Then I grab my bra cup. So after I grab my bra cup, now I use a size 38. And the next thing I went ahead to do was to fold my bra cup into two. Okay, now after folding it into two, I went ahead to trace the outline of the cup. Okay, so after tracing the outline of the cup, this is what we have here. I went ahead to add 1 cm allowance all over the traced pattern. Okay, now the next thing I went ahead to do was to cut it out. You want to make sure you get your shape right. Okay, now when you're adding your 1 cm allowance, you want to make sure you do it with a ruler so everything is accurate and precise. Now after cutting it out, this is what we have here. The next thing I went ahead to do was to grab my fabric. So for each cup, you are going to cut 2 pieces. So this fabric is on a fold. Okay, the next thing I went ahead to do was to put arrows on the cup to know which one is going upwards and which one is to the side. Okay, so after doing all that, the next thing I went ahead to do was to cut it out. I'm saying a lot of next thing, but you guys, you get the drill. So I went ahead to cut it. After cutting it, like I said, you have 2 pieces for each cup. Okay, so I'm going to show you that quickly now. Now I also went ahead to tag to indicate which side is going up and which side is going towards the middle, so that by the time I want to sew, I'm not confused. Okay, so you want to make sure you do this as well for your own cup. Now you want to do this with that biro that erases. Yeah, so this is what it looks like after cutting. Okay, you're going to cut 2, and I also cut the lining as well. So this is one for 1 cup. I was also going to cut the one for the other cup. You're going to cut the main piece, and you're also going to cut the lining. Okay, so to start sewing, I just placed them on each other, make sure they're well aligned, and I took it over to my sewing machine. I joined the main piece, then I went ahead to join the lining. Okay, so after joining the main piece and the lining, I went ahead to slit the seam so that it will be well relaxed. Now this is what we have here after joining the main piece. The next thing now I went ahead to do, now I'm just showing you guys what it looks like. You can see it's already taking the shape of the cup already. Now this is the lining piece as well. Very important. Okay, so now the next thing I went ahead to do was to give it a good press. You see that seam, you want to open it up. You want to make sure it's well relaxed. You want to make sure everything is sweet and well laid. You know the way you lay your edges for your wig, you want to make sure you're doing that here. Okay, give it a good press. If you don't have a boss ham, you can use a ball to iron your bustier or your cup. Okay, now this is what it looked. The next thing I went ahead to do was to place the cup inside this main piece. Okay, now something I went ahead to do was to make sure that the cup, I marked, you guys know that we had 1 cm allowance, so you want to make sure you are properly aligning the cup. Then I went ahead to my sewing machine and I top stitched the cup to the main fabric. Okay, so after top stitching the cup to the main fabric, this is what we have here. Now you can see that 1 cm allowance we put is still all over the cup, right? Now the next thing I went ahead to do was I grabbed my lining piece, secured it with a pin, with office pins to the main piece. Now I went ahead to cut that top part because we don't need it anymore. Okay, so after properly aligning it, I went ahead to cut it out. Then the next thing I went ahead to do was to attach the lining to the cup. Okay, you guys know that the cup is already attached to the main piece, so I'm attaching the lining to the main piece. Yeah, that's the right word. So I went ahead to attach the lining to the main piece. Now after attaching the lining to the main piece, I grabbed my hemming gum, and you see that line, that seam line where I joined the lining to the main piece. I also used same line and I attached the hemming. I just made stitches on top as well. I attached the hemming gum. Okay, attach the hemming gum to the lining. Okay, now after doing this, the next thing I went ahead to do was I opened it up, took it back to my sewing machine, and I'm going to give it a very sweet and neat top stitch. Very important. So I gave it a very neat, yeah, that's my baby. Okay, you guys, I was fighting for my life. He's scared of sewing machines, but he keeps coming back to my studio. I'm tired. Okay. Now after top stitching it, this is what we have here. I went ahead to push it down. Then you give it a good press. Okay. So you push it down. This is the importance of that hemming gum, because by the time you push it down, you want to make sure it's well laid. So you're going to give it a good press there. You want to make sure it's not puffing over. Okay, so I went ahead to give it a good press. Now after giving it a good press, you can see how well relaxed it looks. Sorry I did not show you when I was ironing it, but I was tired. Okay, no vex. So I gave it a good press. After giving it a good press, you can see that we have something at the bottom. Okay, so we're also going to go ahead to top stitch before we get rid of the excess at the bottom. So I went ahead to secure with pin. You really need your pins, guys, because you want everything to be in place as you are sewing. Okay, so I went ahead to secure with pin, and I'm also going to go ahead to top stitch, just like you're seeing me do here. So after securing with a pin and top stitching, the next thing I went ahead to do was to trim it off. But before I trimmed it up, I was trying to verify to make sure everything is okay. So after trimming it off, this is what we have here. This is what it looks like. Very simple, very straightforward. You guys, I did same thing for the other piece, and this is the simplest way, the quickest way, and the fastest way to turn over your bra cup. Other tutorials on how to turn over your bra cup will be coming up soon, so make sure you stay glued to this channel. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. If you're watching from Facebook, make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you comment. I made this corset with bra cup, no pattern needed, so you want to check out the tutorial on my channel as well. Thank you for watching.